Hello 108 students, Mr. McHugh back here with you on section 3.3. Going to tackle page 2 here on this video, and I kind of jumped the gun on the last example. I thought it was going to be a little harder, but when it's already written in golden form, y equals mx plus b, aka slope intercept, that's not too bad. But what would you do if it was written in standard form? Given a linear equation, ax plus by plus c, keep saying this over and over again. It's the x term plus the y term equals a constant. Here's an example 2b. 3y plus 2x equals 9. Graph this linear equation. Why is it linear equation? Let me review that. I think I forgot to mention that. You've got two variables. Both of them have an exponent of 1. And that's important to remember. That's what makes it linear. The exponent is 1. Okay, when we get later on in the courses, you'll understand when we have parabolas, when the exponent's a 2, it changes everything. But for now, we're done with linear equations. And I asked myself, could I rewrite this and isolate the y term? That's your first thought process here. Your first strategy is to isolate, get y equals mx plus b format, aka the golden formula, slope intercept. Okay, so look at it. Here's 3y term. What's on the same side? Positive 2x. Subtract 2x on both sides to move it over, and you've got 3y equals, of course that's 0. Now this is kind of important. You put the x term first, so you're going to minus 2x. Always put the x term first, plus 9. Okay, you're there. The coefficient in front of the y is a 3, so to undo multiplication, you do division, so you divide by 3. Next thing you know, as you know, 3 over 3 equals 1. Y equals, now watch your signs, negative 2/3 x plus 3. Okay, do we have it in golden form? You betcha. Is this easy to figure out the slope? Yes, it's always what? The coefficient in front of the x term. Bingo. B represents the what? Y-intercept. Bring it down. Okay, I like to draw a box, taking it from the line, the linear equation, y equals mx plus b. I like to write them in a box, and now from here I focus on graphing the line. Okay, what's your first thing you need to do? Okay, hopefully you're answering some of these by now. Always do the anchor point, the y-intercept. Okay, what's the y-intercept? It says a 3. Find it on the y-axis. Start from 0, 0. 1, 2, 3. Put your anchor point. Okay, you need 2 points to determine the line. Slope is negative 2/3. Let's go in that direction. Rise over run, over and over again. So this is the negative with the 2. Comes down 2. That's the pivot point, and a positive 3. And you go over 1, 2, 3 units, and there you are at the ordered pair 3, 1. Okay, now that's enough to draw them. What I like to do and recommend is you do the reverse slope. Execute the reverse slope. Make sure that when you find that second ordered pair, it's on the line and it all matches when you do it on MyMathLab. Okay, so here we go. Back to the anchor point. Now watch this real quick. Slope equals negative 2/3. Is that also equivalent to positive 2 divided by negative 3? And the answer is yes, because a negative divided by a positive or a positive divided by negative always is a negative 2/3. You see the book, they always stick it in the middle. Okay, now with that, execute the slope of reverse slope right here. So go up 2 units. Start from the anchor, go up 2. Now the negative 3 tells you go to the left. 1, 2, 3 units, and boom, there you are. The ordered pair negative 3, 5, and you're graphed. Okay, there you go. That should be fairly comfortable for you. What was the hard part? Translating from standard form into golden form. Okay, now I want to take a couple minutes here. Objective number 3 talks about another variation on the form of a linear equation, and it's called the point-slope form. Okay, now again, you see this here. I give this to you. I tell you, write it on your reference card, and you're like, okay, and you learn how to use it, and you see m, and you know that's the slope, so you're like, I know what that is. And you see an x1 and a y sub 1, and you know that's a specific point. X sub 1, comma, y sub 1. If they give you like 5, 3, you could substitute them in, and you could use this to think of this as like an axis into a linear equation. Given a slope, given a specific point, you can use this form. Now, what I want to do here is, again, when I was learning this in algebra in high school, nobody never explained to me where it came from, where it was derived. The book does it for you. They show it to you a little bit here, and I want to I want to show you guys on my hand notes how that works. Okay, so if you happen to look on page 162 at the bottom of Objective 3, they show the theory involved in here. This informal proof goes like this. Mathematicians said to themselves, what if I was given a specific point somewhere on a line? I draw a line and I pick x sub 1 comma y1. It's a specific point. Now, it could be anywhere on a line, but I'm going to label it specific, that I know what that coordinate would be. Now, then I'm going to pick my general point like I did before, x comma y. But that could be represented anywhere. I could stick it down here if I wanted to, but I'll just stick it here for something for a visual reference. And guess what they said? I wonder what the slope is between a general point and a specific point. And they said, well, wait a second, I'm representing two ordered pairs. Slope is rise over run, the change in the y coordinates divided by the change in the x coordinates. And next thing you know, they took the pair x comma y. I want to put this in the right order. X sub 1 comma y sub 1, and start subtracting the y coordinates and wrote y minus y sub 1. I do this on the board. I say y minus y sub 1. Now I'm subtracting down. This is the preferred way I like to teach this now. Y minus y sub 1 is the change in the y coordinates, vertical change divided by the horizontal change, which is the change in the x-axis, x minus x sub 1. There you go. I just think that flows so much easier when you do that. Okay, so you guys are going, hey, that's great, we got the slope, so what? Now, they said, well, wait a second, all we got to do is write the slope as m divided by 1, realize you've got a proportion, you've got two ratios set equal to each other, and boom, they used cross multiply. Now, before they cross multiply, they put parentheses around here to make sure you realize it's m times the cross product of the diagonal x minus x sub 1, and that's what this is, cross multiplying, cross m times there, and then they went the other way, 1 times y minus y sub 1, and they put it over here. Now, you know, 1 times anything doesn't change the value, so that's why in my notes I just say y minus y sub 1. Okay, there it is. That's where it came from. Okay, and with that said, you could be given a problem, and given the slope is 1/3, given a specific ordered pair is -2 comma 5. Again, I might stack that up vertically and write x sub 1 comma y sub 1 just to help you see the association correctly. You can write the point slope form, right? Y minus y sub 1 equals the m, which is the slope, times x, which is your general variable, minus x sub 1, which is specific, and substitute y. Now watch the signs. Always put the subtraction. What's the y sub 1 coordinate? Class, it is 5. Y minus a positive 5 equals the slope is 1/3, parentheses x, you leave that alone, that's your variable, minus, always take the minus, and the x1's coordinate is -2. Okay, what does that do? That turns that into y minus 5 equals 1/3 times x plus 2. Okay, now if we were going to go and isolate the y variable, I would add 5 to both sides. Okay, I'm going to run out of room here, I think, but let me see if I can finish this up. So here you go. What if they say, given a variable, given a specific point, write the equation of a line in slope intercept, y equals mx plus b, and graph it. Okay, now we got the easy part. You've isolated a y equals. Now, over here, you would have distributive property going on. So you'd have 1/5 x plus, oh, that's a 3, excuse me. That's 1/3, I apologize. 1/3 x plus 2/3 plus 5. Okay, now, then your final answer would be 2/3 plus 5. Sorry, I ran out of room here. I'd write y equals 1/3 x plus 5 2/3. Now there's your b. That's the y-intercept. It's not a whole number, so these are a little bit unconventional. You won't see this in MyMathLab because they only can work with fractions. That's a half. So you would not see this in MyMathLab. But there's the slope and you're on your way. Okay, Mr. McHugh here. We're going to wrap this up for page 2, and I'll see you to continue on page 3 next time around. Okay, bye.